investments there. So people go to and typically angels will be making an investment which would be between 50 lakhs to about 5 crores. Then the next is the VC round, and in the VC round you will typically move from something like perhaps $2 million, and you could go up to 5 million. And of course there are bigger VCs who would fund deals which are $100 million or whatever other number you may require. So there are different stages of VC, Series A, Series B, and of course the IPO, which is the public money. That means you do a public issue and raise funds from the public. But there are, so equity is one area where you can raise funding, but there are others also. So for instance, you could get advances from customers. You could get grants. So there are different kind of grant schemes which are there. There are debt. So debt is a very important sort of ingredient of financing. Typically you will go to a bank, and nowadays, by the way, there are very many instruments which are available there, and depending upon your kind of need which is there, that if you've got a customer but you need to get those bills financed, then you have things for that. If you have stock and you need that financing, so there are multiple options that are available in terms of debt financing. So these are the various things which are required. But having said that, I think that the success of any kind of startup just does not depend on what Yogesh talked about, the idea, and what I talked about, money. But you require great talent, you require great execution, and you need to have the right marketing strategy in place. And once you have these three elements besides the money and the idea, you will be hugely successful. Thank you very much.
I will just add a comment to what Pradeep ended with, that apart from money and a good idea, you also need talent, but you also need perseverance. You must have the never give up spirit, because never will your plans work correctly. There will always, things will go wrong. You have to think, and even in solving problems, a lot of innovation is required. So you have to have the strength to go through with your dreams and your plans and what you want to do. I will now request my friend Vishnu to come up, and here's the mic, and speak to us about, how do you look at more than just India as your market? How do you go global? I think he can give us some good insights on this.
Thanks, Vijay. To go global, I would say that we have to start at our own level. What I mean by that is we need to look at what is it that I am personally passionate about. We need to look at what is it that I would love to do for the rest of my life and I would not get bored. Once we are able to identify that, we need to look at the various problems that are there around us, and these could be to begin with initial problems, to begin with problems within the country. And when we find solutions to those problems, just one solution to one problem, and which is working, which as Yogesh explained, and then as Pradeep also further elaborated when he was talking about the financing part. When you find the solution to one single problem which is working, you have set the foundation for taking your company, taking your product global. Because only when you have, as Krishan very correctly highlighted the importance of perseverance, only when you are extremely passionate about something, you would be able to persevere. You would be able to survive through ups and downs of an entrepreneurship or of a startup. And when you persevere through those ups and downs and create that solution which people are willing to buy, you would be able to get word of mouth across. You would be able to get customers who are willing to talk about your product, talk about your whatever offering that you are creating, and then you would not even realize that there is a demand coming for your offering from different parts of the world. And today with especially in software, with software as a service being a core theme, it is far more easier to reach out to the global audience than it was, let's say, 5 years back or 10 years back. So, and as Pradeep Kapse very correctly highlighted, in the automobile industry, you have so many opportunities, right from rewriting the software products which have been written some, let's say, 40 years back, like CATIA and so on, right from rewriting those products and all over again in the latest using the latest tools and technologies, and working on creating products for some of the processes, or working on any of the processes that Pradeep Kapse very correctly highlighted. You can create a small setup, and that can then snowball into a big thing over a period of time. And depending upon what discipline you are from, let's say you are from mechanical, then these are the opportunities. And likewise, any discipline you come from, there would be similar opportunities, and all that you need to do is pick up one of those opportunities about which you are passionate about which you feel that even if you have to work let's say 20 hours, you will continue to enjoy that work, and that's about it. Our company, it has implementations in more than 50 countries, right from Japan up to Chile and Colombia. We would have never ever imagined that something like this is possible. All this has been possible because we were able to create a satisfied customer base in India to begin with, and then only we have been able to take our products all over the world, and any good offering would necessarily create very strong references, and it is that word of mouth, those strong references which take you to places. That's all that I would like to say.
Thank you, Vishnu. Can I have that microphone? This one makes a lot of noise. That was most interesting. I mean, you have gone to 50 countries. I would like to now keep the floor open for questions. Would somebody like to set the ball rolling? Nobody has a question? We were so clear and eloquent, and
Yeah.
Okay, there's a young man here. Please, you're the only one with your hand up, so
Please go ahead.
go ahead. I think we can hear him from here.
Yeah, please shout.
But if somebody can take this mic too.
Basically, when we have an idea, so we know that we have to pitch that idea to somebody, and we have to know that it should be sold to somebody before we get started with our startups. But this thing I wanted to know, how do we patent that idea? How do we confirm that it won't be out, it won't be taken up by somebody else whom we share it with?
That is an extremely interesting question, particularly because I manufactured 3 products for the first time in the country, and I can tell you, protecting your intellectual property right in India is almost impossible, or it used to be. Now I think it is much easier, and the laws are getting stronger and more clear. But the thing is that patenting is a fairly expensive process. But you can get guidance on it. You have an FITT here. We have a body right in the institute who can explain to you how, and they do patents right here in the IIT. So it's not that difficult, but it is expensive, depending on what kind of
And there are
patent.
grants available.
Yeah, even the Indian patent is actually not all that expensive. There are search firms which are available, which can help you search whether it is patentable, whether it is against somebody else's patent, and so on. So those kind of companies, and then of course most colleges now have these advisories by which they can help you, like FITT here for IIT Delhi.
But just one more issue in that. Getting a patent registered across the world is extremely expensive. Because you have to go country-wise, region-wise, and there are countries like China which do not have much of intellectual property rights reservations, and hence anything can get copied from there and move forward. So, you know, it's extremely difficult, and it costs actually thousands and millions of dollars to get it IPR done.
Another way you may want to approach this particular issue is, if you can create a small prototype and get your first customer on board, then it may be much easier for you to go ahead with that idea. What I meant was, you do not necessarily have to pitch your idea to an investor. You can go ahead on your own, depending upon the, of course, nature of the idea. A small prototype, and the customer himself could be willing to fund it.
Sir, because once we pitch our idea, before we pitch our idea, we are not sure that it would be a successful idea. So, for example, we go to an investor and we haven't patented our idea yet. So, how can we make sure that that particular investor won't steal our idea?
No, you're not going to really go and put the entire technology in front of him and put the entire idea in front of him. In any case, he's not in the business of copying other people's technology. He's in the business of venture capital. So, everybody has a thing. There are definitely people who will want to copy your technology. But okay, you can have a patent, but the best way to protect your knowledge or to keep yourself in control is by constantly innovating. So by the time he has copied your idea of last year, you're already way ahead. You're ahead of the market. I mean, if you see the way the mobile phones have come, every now and then the manufacturers are adding more features, making the thing faster, stronger, and making it cheaper. And so anybody who copies yesterday's technology is not going to get very far today.
Let me just add on that as an investor. See, an idea is worth 6 months at best. Okay, because in 6 months there will be plenty of follow-on people who will come up with a similar sort of a thing. One is a complete sort of a business around which you build the entire thing. How will you make the product? How will you distribute all services, whatever you are doing? Now, if there is a secret sauce, then protect that. Okay, but otherwise everything else will have competition coming within 6 months, and it is all about execution. If you look at Google was not the world's first search engine. There were search engines which preceded Google by 10 years. Okay, you had Archie, you had Veronica, you had various search engines which people today don't even know about. Yahoo was the first big search engine which came up. Okay, they innovated in a different way. So, until and unless there is an algorithm that you have, and no investor ever asks you that, tell me what the algorithm is. They may ask you what the proof of the algorithm is. So, keep that secret sauce as secret. The rest of the thing is completely open. No investor will ever sign a non-disclosure agreement with any company which comes for an investment.
Are there?
Yeah, there was a question there.
So, like if somebody is looking for funding, if some startup has a product, so how that would be evaluated? Like, if they don't have like any formal procedures or something, how that's evaluated then?
Who would like to take that, Pradeep?
So, evaluated in what sense? Just help me understand.
If somebody is going for funding, so I think
Correct.
the person who is investing, he will have some equity into that. He'll buy some equity.
Right.
So on what basis is it like how the 100% is calculated?
Valuation.
Okay, how valuation is done. Okay, so valuation is a very, very tricky area, I mean, there are no set rules, there are no set formulas. It is number one, when we are investing, we will look at the team. We look at how confident we are about the persons. Okay, because ultimately you are investing in the set of people. Earlier this point was made that whatever business you start with, you have to tweak it, you have to pivot it, you have to make changes. What you put down on a piece of paper never ever works. those numbers never ever happen, and therefore it is very important for you to first and foremost put the faith in the people who are running that entire thing. Then of course you look at, there is discounted cash flow, there is industry multiples, there are stock exchange multiples which are there, which we use to calculate. But at the end of the day, you like something, and therefore Alauddin Khilji ko Padmini pasand aa gayi to ladai ho gayi. Right?
Also, you must not forget that in between you're getting an idea and you're going to somebody to finance it, there is a stage which was mentioned of validation. You have to validate your idea. Without that, it's not worth much. So there is a process. You don't suddenly, hey, I got a bright idea, let me go and get a venture capitalist to fund it. No. You have to first prove to him that your idea is likely to work. So that's important there also. Yogesh?
I would like to respond to this question by illustration. This is a company, a startup, a husband and wife team, and they have created a product for speech therapy. Fine. Now, once they created the product for speech therapy, they approached an investor, and they said that we want so much money for this product. This investor, he said, let me hear about your idea, let me see what you have done, understood it, and then said, do you have a validation? Have you taken this to All India Institute of Medical Sciences and shown it to those people, and what is their opinion about it? Have you taken it to some other places? So this team spent next 3-4 months in taking whatever their solution was to different experts, showed it to them, got a recommendation that yes, this works. Right? Very good. Now, why don't you enter into one of the